It's the beginning of day 6, and we haven't had a lot of wind lately. We've been trying to run from this weather, but it seems like it's dissipated. It'd be hard to imagine looking at this that in 12 hours it's supposed to be blown up, but it still might be a little blown up. Had quite a few squalls last night, one that was torrential rain, and then I went to bed. We're obviously getting into the tropics because we're starting to see squadrons of these guys flying along, and this one unfortunately landed on deck and now he's a little stiff. Just throw him over there. We still got about 1,900 miles to go. We made 130 miles the last 24 hours. We were cooking along pretty good, and then when the squalls came, the wind kind of died, except for the 2 minutes of 40-knot blow you get with them. We've caught a lot of fish, but none of them are edible size, so I'm just committed to eating the next one we catch, regardless of size, assuming it's not a flying fish that lands on deck. I will definitely eat it whole before I get off the hook. What do you have to say today?
Nice day.
Yeah?
Better than we expected.
What's for dinner?
Fish.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
How's your experiments coming along?
Everything's good. We had some moldy sprouts yesterday. I ate them anyway. They were great.
Wasn't that the day before?
That might have been the day before. It's all one long day out here. And our kimchi is ready for us to just get some fish to go alongside it. It's waiting for us. And today we're going to make yogurt.
Okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Every time Matthew tells a joke, a kitten dies. We've discovered the internet needs a purge. So, hey Matt, tell us a joke.
I don't have any jokes for you.
I can't believe this guy is a world expert on humor. That's the kimchi.
Lots of firsts or seconds for you on this trip.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing well so far.
Like I said, my palate is particularly very simple.
Smells pretty good.
And I'm glad you're enjoying all these things.
So for this dinner we got the kimchi, we got some strange half-cooked rice that's now fully cooked, and we got the mahi we caught today. It was grilled in some marinade. And when you add it all together, it looks like that, which kind of looks like a dog's breakfast, but not quite. Remember, he made this kimchi while underway. It took about what, 2 days, 3 days?
3 days of fermenting and 2 more days of slow fermenting and developing flavors in the ridge.
Okay. I think we can handle this. It's the beginning of day 7. Kind of boring. We've been dodging a lot of weather, and it pretty much sucks. Every night we get gale force winds and squalls. Some of it goes on for a couple of hours. Yeah, nastiness. This is the strange thing we see over here. This is, I guess you could call it a developing cyclone. It's going to develop just enough to screw us, and then it's going to dissipate. This was a little earlier in the year. It'd probably turn into a hurricane or something like it. It's coming from a tropical wave, from the weather we've been trying to avoid, and then it turned into the weather we've been trying to avoid. Yeah, so basically now that you see that I suck at weather forecasting, there's a couple other boats we're out here with, and they're a little faster boats than Slick, and they've been putting anywhere from 20 to 50 miles a day on us. I'm not too happy with that. That basically means that we're kind of sucking hind titty here. Yeah. Whenever I look at the numbers, we're averaging about 5.3 knots. We did 125 miles yesterday. That's 5.2 knots. To give you something to compare that to, when we crossed the Pacific, we were averaging about 165 miles a day. So 30 miles a day difference. Some of that has to do with no fair current in here, and some of it has to do with this crappy weather we've been dodging to avoid. And some of it just has to do with Slick being an old lady and we can't ride her as hard. Anyway, we're hoping today that the weather's going to break for us, but the forecast says the winds are actually going to spin around and the cyclonic action is going to kick in, so we're actually burning our way south on the motor to try to get out of where the wind counter to the waves and on our nose will be the smallest. So it's about 100 miles south. Hopefully we can get there by dark. We burned about a third of our diesel, which is okay because we're about a third of the way through the trip. And yeah, 1,800 miles to go, except we're not pointing quite in that direction. Now let's see what the peanut crew has to say. How's it going?
Going good. Last night's kimchi dinner was a success for dinner, but by 11 p.m. it was a raging failure. Needless to say, kimchi is now banned from the boat. Matt, why don't you tell us... Matt?
Oh, shit. Matt? Matt?
Well...
Matt? Matthew? I don't see him. I guess we're making our own meals today.
Good thing it's man overboard drill day.
Yeah.
Guess we'll go find him.
It's also going to be a kimchi-free day.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
We're actually sailing.
Yeah! Sailing! Oh, I see you got recovered from the man overboard drill.
What man overboard drill?
Yeah, right. So,
You know what you're supposed to do when you do improv? You're supposed to like go with whatever the other guy says. You're supposed to say yes, no no's. Don't say no, they say. Don't say no.
humor expert, ladies and gentlemen.
Matt's killing kittens.
Kittens. So it's beginning of day 8, and we're motoring, we're becalmed, we've been becalmed for a while. We're going to continue being becalmed for a while. Burning diesel. That's about it. 104 miles yesterday. That's probably the worst single day passage ever on slick. I don't know what the cameraman's doing. Yeah, 1,700 and some miles to go, is that right? Yep. And we've gone 900, but of the 900 straight distance, we probably sailed another 150 miles more than that, trying to avoid squalls, get weather.
So we're a day behind where we should be.
Whatever, so we're at least a day behind where we should be. The lesson here is go to Cape Verde before crossing the Atlantic. That's it.
That's it?
That's the whole one.
Maybe we'll find something interesting to do later in the day.
You don't want to talk about the 2 tankers that tried to run us over last night?
I mean, we saw 2 tankers. They came very close to us. That was it.
Huh. All right.
Wind force 0. My brother just declared that it's getting windy.
Declared.
It's the beginning of the 9th day, and we made 100 miles on the button yesterday because we're becalmed. And we may run out of fuel because we still have 1,616 miles to go to reach our destination of St. Lucia. getting a little bored. But, you know, 100 miles, that's not very much. This is my slowest day ever in slick. And then I realized just now that some people actually plan their transits at that speed. That's their cruising speed. So maybe I should just stop complaining. We're gonna have some fun today because we have nothing else to do. So we're gonna do some solar oven activity, and we're gonna do some bread baking in the solar oven. Maybe hopefully it'll come out unlike the last thing. And we're gonna have a swim call. But there's no might about it because we're all dirty. It's been 9 days since any of us have bathed, at least. More like 10. Matthew's disputing me. He seems to think that dipping his head in a bucket counts as bathing. I don't know. He's pantomiming something. Let's let him pantomime it out. Pantomime!
Why would I pantomime on camera?
Well, you can just tell me what you're trying to say.
I took a shower.
When? Oh, in the rain.
In the rain?
In the rain. Yeah, he got all soaped up and then the rain stopped. Anyway, what do you got today?
I think I got nothing. This trip, this passage has bored the shit out of me, so...
It's because you don't do projects.
I tie knots, and then I untie them.
You need projects.
I try not to do projects.
Try not to do projects?
I try not to do projects.
Try not to?
You know what I would like, though? Would be a big screen TV mounted right here that we could sit back and watch. And you know what I want on that big screen TV?
I know.
What?
The natural state of the ocean.
Yeah, the natural state of the ocean. What are you doing there?
I am mixing up warm water and yeast and sugar.
What are you trying to make?
We're going to try to make some bread today.
Oh, bread. And what are we going to make bread in?
We're going to try to cook it in the solar oven.
The solar oven.
That's right.
The bread is rising. So what are you going to do to it now?
I'm going to punch it down, as they say. I think that's how it's done.
That's how it's done?
I think so. Alright, so we've made another dough ball out of that, right there. And this here dough ball is going to go into our solar oven. We've got a dough ball here in an oiled pan, and we're going to put that into our solar oven.
Okay.
The cover goes on.
Alright, now what do we do?
Now we put it in the sun.
Put it in the sun?
Put it in the sun.
Well, we got the oven in place. You got anything to say about it, Matthew?
Well, this here solar oven was designed by Jim LaJoy out of San Diego. And he deserves the credit for the design of the box. To about there.
So how long do we expect this bread to take to cook?
I don't know, but we're going to give it a few hours.
Alright, so we're going to open up the bread, see how it did. Hopefully it did better than the brownies. It was a little more calm of a day, a little closer to the equator.
Let's see how it goes.
Alright, let's see what we got.
Yeah.
What do we got for temperature?
Looks like it's about 200 degrees Fahrenheit in there.
Smells good.
And it smells kind of bready.
Yeah. I mean, we can eat it.
It's cooked.
Alright, well, let's see what we got. I would say that's bread. Kinda. Looks like bread. First slice. Looks like bread. Are you making a farm?
I sure am.
What are we going to farm?
Beans. We got soybeans. We got mung beans. We got fenugreek. And we got the spicy salad mix.
We figure that since we're so becalmed, we're going to be out here forever. We might as well get the garden growing.
So we can live on the boat forever.
So we can live out here forever.
Yep. These here jars were just bleached. And I'm going to pour out the bleach water.
Now what's this?
This is a bit of fresh water. I'm actually going to use it to rinse out the rest of the bleach from the jars. These are done.
And they go into the farm.
They go into the farm box.
This is the farm box. Well, fuel gauge finally reads 0, so it's time to transfer some fuel. I got 20 gallons here, kept in spill-proof California gas jugs that I'm going to transfer in. I got a fuel transfer pump. Really, it's just my spare engine fuel pump, and it takes about half an hour to 45 minutes per jerry jug. You know, you might be wondering why on a calm day like this, I don't just dump it in. And even though I got a nice funnel, separates everything, it's got a big wide mouth. Because these are spill-proof California gas cans, I can't actually pour from them without spilling. Well, we're becalmed again on the motor. Last 24 hours has been the same pretty much as the previous 24 hours, except we got a swim call in, and I don't know, yesterday was actually a pretty good day. We did some experimenting with things. Refueled this morning. Another 100-mile day because we're motoring along at 4 knots. Wind should be here tonight, tomorrow, something like that. Yeah, otherwise we're just coasting along on, I think, day 10. It's nearly, we're not quite mathematically eliminated from making this passage faster than we did the Pacific, but we're getting close. Sean, you got anything today?
Yeah, I do, as a matter of fact. California law mandated gas cans. They are only spill-proof when not in use.
That's the truth, and unfortunately that's all we have on board. And Matthew, where did he go again? Matthew!
Oh, there he is. He's over there.
What in the is that?
This might be what you call an accidental lemon cake.
Uh-huh. And how did it get created?
I tried to make a vanilla flavored cake, but turns out the bottle was vanilla brand lemon.
Vanilla brand lemon.
Something like that.
I see. And did you do this in the solar oven?
No. This is a stovetop banana bread. With
lemon bread. Where'd you get the bananas?
Brought them.
You have bananas on board the boat?
I did.
You did? That explains why you haven't caught any fish today.
They're gone.
And yesterday. And the day before.
Yeah.
We're lucky we're still floating.
Right.
I thought we had a discussion about bananas. We did.
I don't remember one.
Matt, do you recall anything of, I don't believe in those superstitions? That doesn't ring a bell?
This is good.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Now let's hope what those clouds are telling us is true. That means the winds are changing in our favor. Or if you read Alan Watts, it means conditions are deteriorating.
It's turned out that the most exciting things of our day are what actually floats by slick. If you take a look around, you'll see nothing but sky and water.
What floated by today?
A patch of seaweed. And it was amazing how excited everyone got, just thinking about the possible things that could be either living or what we could do with that seaweed. It's very strange. I don't think anybody in the outside world or standard civilization would even have any idea of how to understand or comprehend that sort of joy. It's very strange.
So you're saying that when you live in a city, the most exciting thing about your day is not a patch of seaweed floating by?
That's exactly right.
Those are some crazy clouds. There's sunrise though. What's up, Matthew?
Good morning. Weird clouds this morning.
You know what else we have this morning?
Wind to sail by.
Nearly enough wind to sail by. It's time to start working. Let's see what we can do. Thanks, weird clouds. Please don't snatch my body.
Deteriorating conditions.
Yeah, I don't know what Alan Watts would have to say about this. I think this is just like...
He would say the world's going to shit, dude.
Yeah. Don't bother making landfall. The world is fucked. Oh, thanks, Alan. Sail function engaged. Finally. Do you hear that?
No, I don't.
What do you hear?
Silence.
The noisemaker's not working anymore. I'm not sure what day it is. I think it's the 11th day. Anybody know?
Sounds right.
Sounds
Day 11.
right. Yeah.
Starting day 11?
Starting day 11. We've been becalmed more or less for, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. And I don't know if you can tell or not, but there's no noise maker down there. So we're sailing. We're sailing in this very odd configuration where we've got, go ahead and show it. Where we've got a spinnaker flying wing and wing with a pulled out jib and one reef in the main. And the reef in the main keeps the reef together. And I don't know, the wind's anywhere from 8 to 10 knots. And that's probably good. I'll show you later. The wind's anywhere from 8 to 10 knots, and we're making somewhere between 4.5 to 6 VMG, depending on how things are going. So I'm happy with it. It's not particularly stable. We tried just flying this asymmetrical spinnaker with the main normally, but our VMG was 3 knots or something, even though we were doing 7 knots to the water. So decided to bag that. 1,414 miles to go to our destination, and we did 104 last night, slow motor. We got enough gas total for about one more full day of motoring at 4 knots, so pretty much the engine is secured. Should be getting some wind slowly building, and by Sunday evening we should have the trades fully filled in. We think that the north equatorial current and the trade winds, they eloped and went on a honeymoon somewhere that's not here, because we haven't really had either one. Yeah, Cookie, what do you got?
Today we're going to make mozzarella cheese. Tomorrow we're going to make pizza out of it.
Your turn.
Me, I'm so in awe of the fact we're not running a motor at the moment that I actually have nothing. It's crazy.
Wow,
so
we turned
nice outside.
We turned off 2 noisemakers.
Yes, you did. Anything else there? Whoa.
What was that?
I think she got her tongue in your ear or
Yeah, I think
something.
So.
Oh, whoa!
We're one day here into our gardening experiment, and we have some really good looking mung beans. They're already an inch long. They're sprouts, and this was our spicy garden mix with some mustard and radish seed and other things, and that's looking good too. And this is the fenugreek. It's looking nice as well. And there's the soybeans, which they were round when they started, and now they're long like every other kind of bean. But they haven't done anything. They're just
there's a little bit of.
There's a couple.
There's a couple.
There's a couple over here starting some growth, but they're really slow. I don't know why.
They're your children.
All right.